Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. I'll go first.
Ooh, I have a ghost story. It took place back in high school, and we were really into the Ouija board, my friends and my sister and everybody. And it was eerily accurate on so many things that was happening. And it would predict things, and it was insane, the amount of stuff it got right. So, needless to say, we were getting freaked out. And we had, wrote something on the back. We knew that this Ouija board was our Ouija board. It's very obvious that the Ouija board was ours. So fast forward, we started getting like really bugged out, and we were like, let's walk uptown and throw it in a dumpster. So all of us take the Ouija board, we walk uptown, we get to a Taco Bell, and we chuck it in the dumpster. And then we walk back to the house, and the whole way home we're talking about how happy we are that we got rid of it. And it was the best thing we could have done. And then all of a sudden, when we walk into my friend's house, the Ouija board is sitting on the table, the kitchen table. And we run over to it and flip it over, and all of our writing is on the back. And we were like, what the hell? My friend's like, Dad, why is there a Ouija board in here? And he goes, funniest thing, I was just at Taco Bell and saw this sitting on the dumpster, so I brought it home. Really quick, I found out that you can never really get rid of a Ouija board, that it would always come back to you. So, unless you burn it or something, which I feel like that's not a good thing either. Releasing spirits or whatever. No. Yeah, that's it. Now back to the story. Now, the second weird thing that comes from this Ouija board. I never played it in my house. I always played it in other people's houses. But the one time I played it in my house, I felt like it wasn't working, and it was really weird. And it wasn't like getting it accurate like it normally does. So whatever, I just played it by myself, which I know you're never supposed to do because nobody wanted to play it at that point. And I go to bed that night. And I always said that I don't care if there's a ghost in my room as long as it's not by my bedroom door. So I can run out my bedroom door despite there being a ghost in my room. No. So I go to bed, turn off the lights, and as I lay my head down, I look right to the corner of my room, and there is a dark shadow, and it is darker than the darkness. And he was crouched where he was sitting with his hands on his knees, but he wasn't sitting on the ground. So he was sitting off of the ground, like bent over with his hands on his knees in a crouched position. And I could tell he had a top hat on, and he looked very thick. And I remember being like, oh my God. And I just put the covers over my head and I prayed, because my mom always said, if you're scared, pray. So I prayed and I just wound up falling asleep. So the next night, the thing was there again. And the next night, the whole week, this thing was in my room. And I didn't tell anybody because I thought that was just insane. No one's going to believe me. So fast forward, now we're having a sleepover with the very girls, that I hang out with every day. And I was like, let's sleep in the living room because I don't want to sleep in my room. I didn't even tell them about what was happening. I just said, let's have a sleepover in my living room. In the middle of the night, my girlfriend wakes me up and she goes, hey, I can't sleep on the floor. Can I go sleep in your bed? Didn't think anything of it. It's 3 in the freaking morning, so I go ahead. Next morning, wake up, we're having breakfast. Jess comes down last, and she's the one who slept in my room. And she goes, hey, isn't it really weird there's something in your room? And I go, really? What's in my room? And she said, in the corner by your door, when I went to go to bed, there was a guy sitting there. And then he stood up, and I yelled, go away! And he ran at me. And when I opened my eyes, he wasn't there anymore. And after that, it was never in my room anymore. And my sister was very lights off type of person, didn't believe in the paranormal. And the next night, I go past into the bathroom and notice that she's sleeping with her light on. And I asked her, hey, why are you sleeping with your light on? And she said, there was something in my room, and I just felt safer sleeping with the light on. And that was the last we ever saw of it after that. I don't know. Shadow people. Scary.